What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another video. So people get triggered by your presence. It's a reason for that. If you're new to the platform, what we do over here is we evaluate a lot of societal ills in order to help you navigate and avoid the pitfalls of the system. We're adjusting to the times, understanding that the love of many have waxed cold and times have changed for the worse. So it's only right that in the spirit of preparation, we come up with ways to maneuver properly without getting caught up with narcissists who practice reactionary abuse, not getting caught up in liars and Decepticons and perpetrators who are only there to distract us from our goal. No, we like to move forward. So these videos are about really pointing out the characteristics of these set individuals so we can accomplish our purpose and fulfill the purpose that we were designated and born to fulfill. Now, there's a reason why a lot of you brothers and sisters who are socially aware trigger a lot of people when you're around them. See, your very presence exposes people. They don't quite understand your discipline, your mind frame. They don't understand how you could be rare and peculiar and think outside of the box and not have a hive mentality. So it tends to really make them malfunction. And what they will do is they will give off this weird energy because essentially they're trying to humble you. I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't shrink yourself for no one. Be authentically you. And don't hold back. Let your light shine. So they would do little things such as gaslight you. They would try to discourage you. Sometimes they throw subtle jabs or subliminals at you. You know, these are the type of tactics they use to try to humble you. Why? Because you hold a mirror up to their imperfections. And we're talking about spiritual imperfections. See, none of us are perfect, but the fact that you brothers and sisters have decided to take the road less traveled, it puts a target on your back. So you have to maneuver wisely. See, a lot of people out there cannot match your energy. And that mismatch is very real. And since a lot of individuals out here are fighting for leverage over the next person, when they can't match that type of energy, the next step is to degrade you. Because subconsciously in the back of their mind, they know that you're in a better place than they are. And it simply means that you're striving to build a relationship with the Most High. You're striving for peace and you value that. When you value good energy, you know, a lot of people are triggered by that. Why? Because they're walking around fictitious. They're walking around putting up a facade. And when they see a lot of you brothers and sisters, it triggers them. It really bothers them. A lot of these people are used to being able to manipulate everyone around them. But since a lot of you all have a very observant demeanor, it rattles them in the spirit because they know that you can see right through them. They know that you can peel the layers back just by first glance. So they're startled by your presence a lot of the times. So a lot of them would talk behind your back to other folks, other people. A lot of you all appear to be a mystery to people because a lot of us are introverted. We stay to ourselves. And when you're not given the people enough to go off of, they'll begin to just make things up because they have nothing to really gossip about, but they want to demean you. They want to feel some superiority. So they'll go and try to convert others. And this is how gang stalking happens. Why? Because people fear what they don't understand. And they're really just threatened. See, there's some of you all out there right now that you're really just low key. You handle your business, you stay in a lane of your own, you do the things that you're supposed to do. But for whatever reason, your light demands a lot of attention, even though you're not really seeking that. You still get it nonetheless. See, a lot of you brothers and sisters who may be introverted can still be very popular and be introverted. And how does that happen? When you someone who stays to yourself, but everybody seems to know who you are. But you don't have many people that you can actually call a friend. If you are one of these people in that category, then more than likely, you have a very strong presence, a very strong demeanor about yourself, and not too many people know how to be around individuals like that, especially people who have ulterior motives, people who are not genuine. You know, disingenuous people are completely rattled by people like you, brothers and sisters. And you can't underestimate that. That can make them very much volatile. A lot of them have issues with control. You know, you have certain people that like to touch bases with everybody in the room and be in everybody's face to try to be accepted by everyone. Or I can word it this way. They want to fit in different social circles. They want to fit in every social circle that's present. Why? Because they want to control the outcome. You know, the saying goes that a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. And really, you got a lot of people out there that are just trying to energy harvest off of others. You got people out there who are, you know, making sure that they have some superiority. And you brothers and sisters who keep it calm, cool, collective, and cordial, you go to your workplace, you handle your job, you handle your business, and you go home. A lot of the times, there's that one or two people that's at that workplace that is threatened by you and really will believe that somehow you're trying to take their place. And you're silent. You're minding your business. They believe it's a popularity contest. But your presence alone speaks volumes. You don't even have to say much. You don't have to try too hard. And see, what gave us such strength to be able to walk upright like that is a lot of us had to maneuver and had to adapt to being alone. Talk to me down in the comment section if you're one of those people who can go places by yourself. And I mean like out to eat, to the movies, you know, to a lounge, to the mall, whatever the case is, but you can do it alone and be completely content. If you have that characteristic, more than likely, people would typically be threatened by your presence. Why? Because you can hold your own. You don't need the group to make you feel secure in yourself. You're comfortable enough in your own skin to be able to veer off from other people. It does not stagnate you in life. Not saying that you're not around other people when it's time to be social. However, a lot of people are threatened by people who have individual mindsets. People who don't agree with everything that everybody else agree on. And don't be afraid to be different. That's what makes you rare. That's what really makes you stand out, that you don't see things exactly like everybody else. But it also makes you a threat to certain people. And they will get so jealous, they'll try to take you out. Some of you brothers know exactly what I'm talking about if you came out of them streets. Same thing with you sisters. If you came out of them streets, you know. It was that one guy, that one girl who was threatened by your presence, and you were just minding your business, but they wanted to start something with you. They wanted to get into a back and forth with you. Why? Because they looked at you as some type of formidable opponent, and you wasn't even on that type of time. And it happens like this quite often, and that is just intimidation. Why? They can see the light in you. A lot of those people be straight up demonic. A lot of those people can see the light that is coming from the Most High and the Holy Spirit that's on you, and it's piercing them with many sorrows, and their demons are being tormented just from you walking around. I want you to think about how those demons was frightened when Christ was present. And they was like, have you came to send us to hell before our time? That's the same type of energy you give off when you are lockstep with the Holy Spirit, when you walking upright, when you making strides in the right direction in your life, when you humbly repenting, when you doing what it is you need to do. That's the type of energy you give off to these reprobated demons who are only out to cause dysfunction, distractions, and chaos. A lot of you brothers and sisters are demon slayers, and that's why they're irritated. That's why they feel some type of way. That's why they talk about you and start smear campaigns and you just be minding your business. That's why they always got your name in their mouths. That's why. You become the centerpiece of their life, and they get this fixation or obsession with you just because you moving different, you walking upright, you minding your business. You focus on a goal at hand. Satan got to send his minions. But we're going to keep on moving accordingly. Avoid these individuals and don't shrink yourself for nobody. Don't let nobody try to humble you into submitting to the old version of yourself. Spend your time around people who can see the good in you and not only your shortcomings. Surround yourself with people who are proud of you, not holding resentment towards you. Get around people who can speak to your future self. Your future self. They can see where you at presently, but they speaking life on you and not curses. Look, brothers and sisters, continue elevating. If this video helps you out in your walk and your journey, talk to me down in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Support the work at HebrewCare.com. Get all your natural products, as well as NewBreedGlobalTruth.com. One love. Peace.